Well, hello, leaders. I just wanted to do a short teaching for you on the difference between equipping and enabling. Perhaps one of the most important things in our church right now, as we see that we're going to grow and reach more people, is the kind of mindset that I believe Jesus had, where we go from just helping people to equipping people to help themselves and help others. If you notice in Jesus' ministry, early on the crowds thronged him. Can you imagine how everybody would have wanted Jesus' help to heal them? And very easily, Jesus could have had been a needs-meeting ministry. He could have spent 24/7 multiplying loaves and fishes, whatever. And yet, very early on in his ministry, he became strategic, because Jesus' goal was reaching the world and not just caring for the people immediately in front of him. And he knew the only way his life would make a big difference would be by investing in a few other people. These 12 he called his disciples. So he continually pulled away from the crowds to look at those people. He continually had this mindset that it's more important to build someone's faith than just to meet their needs. That's why he would say, if you can believe, He continually brought people back to the importance of their choices rather than just handing them whatever they asked for. Jesus, when he reaches people, he doesn't want to just make them consumers. He wants to make us disciples. And this is a really important thing as a leader, because you're going to always have two kinds of people around you. We call it the 80-20 principle, meaning basically in any church, 80% of people come asking the question or with the expectation, what's in it for me? The church exists to meet my needs and my family's needs. And then there's the 20% who come and say, how can I serve the church? This is true. 20% give 80% of the income, 20% serve in 80% of the ministries. I also joke that 20% eat 80% at the potluck. But all of these principles are the fact that who you choose to invest in depends on how far your influence will be. A couple of things Jesus did that I'm hoping you'll do, and especially as life group leaders, I'm hoping you'll do this, and you'll say, now, there's a lot of these people, but who are the ones that really want to make the choices? Who in this group really is willing to make a commitment? Because Jesus always pushed commitment. He didn't base his ministry to people on their need. He based it on their commitment. He said, if you want to follow me, take up a cross. So he was constantly looking, because he knew only committed people would really change, and only committed people would reproduce his kingdom. And it's important sometimes to really help people with their commitment. I heard someone say the difference between enabling someone and equipping someone. When you enable someone, you fix their problem for them. When you equip someone, you give them the problem to fix. And even as life group leaders, we can often just fix people, but that doesn't help them grow. Just like cleaning up after our kids and never requiring them to clean up their room only keeps them spiritual infants or emotional children. The key point is finding those people who we say, look, I'm not going to just here to give to you, but how can you give, and how can I challenge you to a level of commitment? That's why I say a great life group is one in which the leader says, my job is not to do the work. My job is to put everyone in this group to work so that the work of this life group becomes more powerful. We are constantly trying to challenge people to give, because you grow by your giving. You don't grow by your getting. You can get all day and just become, excuse the idea, but a fat Christian. because you're always just consuming. But you grow when you actually do something. So requiring or asking people to bring a snack to group, to put up the chairs, to pick up the table, to call on others that didn't come that week, to do an outreach, that is where you actually equip and reproduce the ministry. So I want you to ask in your mind, have I spent more of my time enabling people or equipping people? I want to encourage you to think how you could begin to look at the people in your life, see which ones are willing to make a commitment, and start equipping. God bless you.